So today we're actually going to be doing a taste test of some freeze-dried food that I received from 4PATRIOTS. And not just me, 4PATRIOTS actually hooked me up and Harley with some freeze-dried food to sample for you guys. And I'm going to be also sampling the food, you know, for humans, right? This is the right one? I hope so. Okay, so this looks a lot better than the dog food. I'm just gonna say that now. But I am only cooking up half of the amount that I'm gonna use in here. So I'm actually just gonna cook it directly in the canteen. Starting to bubble up now. And it's really going. Wonder if this is gonna get hot. Oh no, it's not. It's totally fine. Oopsie. Almost lost everything. And the water is actually nice and hot. However, it does say that I have to cook it for about 10 to 15 minutes. So it says to add half a cup of mix, but since I'm doing a double portion, since it takes forever to cook, and that is, and we're just gonna use our trusty spork here. Okay, so we are at the 15-minute mark, and it seems like it's almost done. This is not the most sturdy place to cook, but I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a fire hazard, and so I put it up on a rock. I should have found a more level place. I'm gonna actually let this cook a little longer. It is cooking nicely. So let's just go ahead and relax and enjoy this food. It's actually pretty hot, and it smells pretty good. I don't know why I'm like surprised, but it does smell pretty good. Let's see how it tastes. I want to get a few thoughts in my head before I speak about it. So, it's actually really not bad. The flavor, it has really good flavor. And it's creamy. There's a flavor that I can't quite put my brain to or figure out what it is. There is onion in here for sure, and I'm not a big fan of onion, but I don't mind it. Ah, the flies like it for sure. I'm noticing that even though I did cook it and overcook it according to the package instructions, the rice is not all the way thoroughly like cooked. Right up the center, it feels a little hard, like it wasn't cooked all the way or thoroughly. But that's not the first time I've noticed that with freeze-dried foods, that sometimes the consistency, the way it reconstitutes, is not equal across the board. I did use, my little canteen set in order to cook this, so I guess this is the worst that you can cook something, or the worst type of space to cook something. And if it's pretty good now, if you cooked it on a stovetop with, some proper ingredients and, maybe add some butter to it, it does remind me of like rice-a-roni. It's definitely not my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like there's an overpowering flavor in here. It's not great. It's not like, wow. I like peas. They're okay. They're not my favorite, but I eat them. But they're just not cooked all the way. And to be honest, I don't know if where the chicken is. I don't know if it's these little black pieces here. Some pieces of like dark bits in there that kind of look like they're maybe a meat or maybe a mushroom. Oh wait, I think this is chicken. Wait. Oh my god. Wait, is this the chicken? I found a piece of chicken. I don't see any chicken in here. For it being chicken a la king, presentation is not great. I'm going to let you know that right now. It could have some more meat in there, or some meat in there if that's what the meat is. It doesn't look like chicken to me. They look like mushrooms. What do you guys think? Those look like mushrooms to me, like little bits of mushroom. I'm definitely going to try something different tomorrow because the flavor is okay. You know, it's not bad. Like I said, it's like a rice-a-roni type of dish. Maybe a different meal would be a better fit for my palate, but this one, now that I'm eating it, I am starting to feel this like overwhelming taste of sodium. Would it be my first choice? No, not this one. Like maybe that was the flavor. It wasn't it's not salty, but you know when some foods just have like, excuse me, a lot of preservatives and those types of things, I can really taste that in this. So maybe this is not the best for my palate, and maybe someone else would really love it. But as far as me, I'd eat it in an emergency, but it wouldn't be my first choice to purchase this meal particularly. No chicken a la king for me. So tomorrow we're going to actually taste out something else, just to see and get a little bit of a variety and see what 4PATRIOTS has. Because like I said, what's good for me might not be good for you, or vice versa. Maybe you fucking love this. So I did actually add a few things to this meal, and those are just things that I actually like to add to any mac and cheese I eat. So I kind of overwatered it. I'm not the best at taking directions, but Harley is extremely impressed. Get back, girl. Excuse you. And so I'm actually gonna try it now. There's cheese all at the bottom. It's more like mac and sopa. This is actually pretty good. I mean, it's kind of hard to fuck up mac and cheese, you know, even though I just did. And I did overwater it, but the flavor is really good. I mean, it does taste exactly like something you would get out of a box. Once I get the measurements correctly, I'll go ahead and give you guys an update. But so far, the mac and cheese is good. There's no weird aftertaste. There's nothing besides the runniness, which was my bad. And I mean, the point of it being freeze-dried is the fact that you can keep it for a long time and it's prepared and ready for you to go. This is way, even though it doesn't look great because it's runny, this is actually a lot better in flavor, consistency, the way that it cooked thoroughly. I don't, taste any hard parts. The rice I would not eat again, I don't think. But this I wouldn't mind having again. I would definitely use this in an emergency. However, I wouldn't actually take it out as a backpacking food. I tested it in a backpacking setting and cooking, and it takes a lot longer to cook. So this is great for an emergency where you shelter in place, or where you were, stay home and cook from home still. Even though they do come in pouches, they don't actually cook like other freeze-dried foods that cook within like 10 minutes in the bag itself. Like I actually had to physically cook this in an actual pot or pan, or in my case, a canteen. All the way around, this meal was a lot better than the rice a la king, I'm gonna say. And I would eat it again. Next time I would probably add like some ground beef and make it like a hamburger helper type of meal, but pretty good. Now, who's gonna clean up this mess?